Once again, this is Mr. H, and I want to thank the Hot 120 staff, Hot 120 Degree staff, for bringing me out and allowing me to discuss the hot topics. I hope everybody's having a great day. I hope you're living your best life. And I just give us a few minutes, and we're going to give you some information on the hot topic, and then you can go about your day. Um, we want to talk about some things that's going on in the sports arena, specifically with Demarcus Cousins and Penny Toler. For those that don't know, Demarcus Cousins was married about 40 days ago. I think on August the 28th, he was married. Well, the day before that, he called his baby mama and requested that their 7-year-old son attend the wedding. And the request was rejected. And allegedly, after that request was rejected, Demarcus Cousins became angry and began to do what we call terroristic threats, where he actually threatened that he would put a bullet in the head of his baby's mother, which is Christy West. Now, Christy West lives in Mobile, Alabama, and they have put out a warrant for Demarcus Cousins. And this is about 40 days ago, okay? And he still has not surrendered himself. He's actually what we call at Hot 120 Degrees unarrested. um, Now they're saying because of his leg injury, which was the Achilles heels, I believe, um, or his Achilles, uh, that he's unable to turn himself in. Also, there's some rumors out there that the NBA is actually facilitating a surrender. Um, it's an interesting topic because, we live in America, and he happens to be a black man, and there's a warrant out, and he has not been arrested. So he's at this point he is unarrested, which is interesting. So keep your eyes on that. See how that works out. Hopefully, it works out where the two sides can come together and nobody gets hurt, and you know that this won't go to be a blemish on Demarcus Cousins' reputation and career. A lesson he needs to learn here is loose lips sink ships. That's an old World War II uh, statement, quote that comes out. They should use that on propaganda during the World War II, that loose lips sink ships, which means that beware of the unguarded tongue, beware of of unguarded talk. This is just wisdom that a lot of people should use. So let's keep an eye on that. Let's see how it plays out for Demarcus Cousins. Hopefully that works out for everybody involved. It's just interesting to us that he hasn't been arrested yet, it hasn't surrendered yet. 40 days. I think that's unheard of in America for a black man. Next, we want to talk about Penny Toler. Now, for those of you that don't know, she's the first woman to ever score uh, in the WNBA. She actually scored the first basket in the WNBA when they were created several years ago. Well, since then, her career has grown, and she actually has grown to be the general manager for the Los Angeles Sparks. Okay, and in recent, okay, in recent, I would say months. Let's say in recent months, within the last year or so, she got upset as general manager, Um, After a game that they lost, Derek Fisher was the coach. Candace was on the team. That's Candace, I believe, standing right behind her. Candace only had 3 points during that game. And so Penny Toler comes in, the locker room as the GM, which the GM has the right to come into the locker room. But then she goes on a tirade. And in this tirade, she begins to use allegedly racial slurs. I wasn't there, so I say allegedly. There's some documentation that she admitted to using the N word, and she called a couple MFs. I don't want to. I don't like cursing, so I don't want to say what that is. But those of you that do curse, you know what an MF is. And she said the N word. The interesting thing is, some players at that time told her, "You can't talk like that." In 2019. So that's that became interesting. That's some interesting dynamics here, because here you go. You got the GM coming in, getting in the case of the players. The GM is cursing, which is typical culture around sports, professional sports in the locker room. And then the GM uses the N word, which a player doesn't accept and doesn't like, and yet the GM is black. So that adds a whole another dynamic to it. Now, Penny was trying to say that she used the term, she did say the N word, but she didn't say it to anybody directly. Is this another case where loose lips sink ships, and the unguarded tongue and the unguarded talk is causing somebody to suffer? Because the bottom line is, because of that epithet, because of that tirade, because of those words, the N word, the Los Angeles Sparks fired her as general manager. She's no longer there. So the question I ask to you is, especially those that coach sports and are around sports, is the day over for the hard confrontational coach, GM, or whatever? Or is this the day for the less abrasive style? I would love to see your comments on this. Make sure you submit your comments. This is interesting because in both cases, it seems like loose lips are sinking ships here. Let's keep an eye on this and see how it plays out. Hopefully everybody involved will, land on their feet. Please subscribe to our channel. Hit the subscribe button below. Hit the bell so you can be notified every time we post new content. We really appreciate you listening to us. Again, when you subscribe with us, you're actually becoming a partner. And what I mean by that is you're empowering us and encouraging us to become a better channel, to put out better content, and just do better all over for the masses as we give out information. We never want to give you false information, and we never want to give you anything that's not true. We give you the facts at hot 120 degrees and allow you to make decisions for yourself. Peace.